I was married and was a stay-at-home mom for 25 years. I raised 3 boys, and the day after our 25th wedding anniversary, which also happened to be the same year that I was empty nesting, we decided to go our separate ways and end our marriage. Not going to be an amicable split, and it was not. I had lived my life willingly giving my power away for the most part. I was all about everybody else in my family. I, of course, did things for myself and took care of myself, but I didn't necessarily live and flourish as an independent person because I was so wrapped up and living with any type of passion for an impact that I could make on anybody outside of my family. And so that's what led me to being able to figure these things out about myself. Up a map and tried to figure out where in the world I belonged, because I knew if I stayed in the same place, I was not going to grow. And so I needed to make a move in order to figure myself out as an independent person, because I had never lived that way before in my entire life. I did. So when I opened up that map and I took a look, I was in Chicago at the time. I decided to move to San Diego, and I didn't know anybody out there. And I hired somebody to pack up my stuff and drive my things out there. And even my dog, he put my dog in the truck with him. I gave my car to my son because I knew if I tried to make that drive myself, I would have way too much time in my head and I would get scared. I would talk myself out of it. And it was just too much time to think. Apartment, and I leased a car for the first time. I lived alone for the first time. I got my first full-time job outside of the home. I felt like I was 23 at the age of 46 because the whole world was new and open to me about it. And I stepped out onto my balcony and I felt free for the first time. And it was liberating and terrifying at the same time. Don't be afraid. I let fear hold me back for so many years. And so I would let myself know to don't be afraid, because everything happens for a reason. It's meant to be. And whether it works out the way you're hoping or not, there's a lesson to be learned in it, and you're going to grow no matter what. And that's all that matters, is moving forward and growing. Take that time to really learn about who you are as an individual, and that will help get you to that next, whether it's a big decision like I made, or whether it's even, just some smaller things in life and directions that you feel like maybe you want to go, but you're a little nervous about doing it. So in doing that, I said no 2 bad days in a row. So if something came at me that really took the wind out of my sails and was very tough to deal with, I let myself experience it. But then that next day, I got up, I dressed, I showered, I got my day going, and I moved forward, and I went more in a positive direction. Second mantra I went with is drop expectations. Expectations in terms of the expectations that I had been placing on other people. The expectations that I was trying to live up to from other people, and the expectations that I was putting on myself and grow, then I was just going to end up in the same situation again. I would probably find somebody who would treat me the same way. And all of us, fall into these patterns quite often, and we can't figure out why the same thing keeps happening to us.